So I think my story has been been very accidental. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur. I'm an accidental entrepreneur. When I was in high school, I just had a need of a lot of pocket money for cafe coffee day, for bowling, for a bunch of things, and my dad would only give me once a week. So I had to figure out ingenious ways to get pocket money. That's how I got started into this. So I think it's been an incredibly awesome journey. At times we feel extremely lucky to have these customers and be a customer-funded company. Sometimes we do feel that, or at least we question, if we would have raised money, what would we have done? But we've seen enough instances of other companies going haywire. And I think the most important money, or the only money that matters, is customers' money. So that means we are hyper-focused on what we are doing, delivering value to the customers. And that's why we believe bootstrapping is a great choice, especially in a B2B context. So I think we have not even scratched the surface. Today, data visualization is pretty much what William Playfair invented about 200 years back, and we're just building on top of that. What data visualization should be able to do is help everybody make optimal decisions. So the kind of questions that we keep on asking, or one of the most important questions we ask is, why is my mom overpaying for onions? Can data visualization help her make the right choice of how much to pay for onions every single morning? And if you're able to solve that, now that's a beautiful solution through data visualization. Okay, so as of now, I think it's become huge. It's more like a mela. You can get lost. So earlier it was hyper focused on product. It's good to see so much traction around and so much energy here. It's pretty much contagious. But for a very early stage startup to come in here and get value, I'm still not able to figure out how are they going to do that unless you have, let's say, a lead investor or somebody who's already connected to this ecosystem. But the fact of meeting so many different people with different kinds of energy, different spaces, that in itself I think is a great value, and which NPC is doing pretty well at. So a couple of them, we should not aspire to be Silicon Valley. We are culturally a different nation. We have different problems to solve. Yes, if you're selling customers there, you got to get some of the best practices from there to here. But you cannot just bring a model from there and overlay it here. The approach to building companies here is different. The approach to working with people here is different. The sales cycle here is different. And we have to be cognizant of all that fact. But what we can do, and fortunately as Indians, we are hyper adaptive to a lot of things. Like we instantly learn. We go and merge in any environment. How do we bring in the best of Silicon Valley, apply it over here, but still have our strengths? Some of the challenges I see is really long-term thinking. Like we are still thinking 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. How do we change that to a 20-year thinking? How do we build things which may not pay off right now and really pays off 20 years down the line? And that's where the real value creation is. Then second challenge, so I don't think funding is a challenge anymore. The third challenge is in terms of our control freak nature. Like there are very few Indian companies where they've got a professional CEO, because we, as founders, we want to be the CEOs. As founders, we want to have the last say in this. Whereas if you look at Israeli companies, they make great tech, go to US, hire a CEO there, and they're only product focused. So how do you replicate that model? Because these guys bring a lot of value in terms of scaling. How do we replicate that model here in India? It's going to be interesting. And how do we change on that culture is very interesting as well. So my big, hairy, audacious goal is my mom should not be overpay for onions. Contagious.